Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to deliver your November 2016 general readings. I am still using the Gilded Tarot deck, drawing the customary 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, with an additional ninth card from the bottom of the deck representing crowning energy, overall energy, and advice. These are general readings, and there's so many of you watching. They're not going to resonate the same for everyone who watches. Some of you, they may not resonate the same at all for your primary sun sign. So make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well if you know them and if you can. You may find that they may play out a little more predictably for you this month. And watching all three, you may find that each of them has something to offer in different areas of your life. So watching all three of them together gives you a more cohesive picture of the time frame that the reading covers. So try to watch all three if you can. I do, and I find it very helpful. A note of gratitude always as I start off for those of you who continue to watch and listen and follow so loyally and so faithfully. Thank you so much for all your feedback and support and the comments. You guys are great. Keep the comments coming. I read each and every one of them and I enjoy it so very much. Thank you. And welcome to those of you who are new for watching and subscribing should you choose to do so. Thank you also to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings, which I love to do. It's an honor and a pleasure always to read for you, and I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me to interpret and intuit the cards for you. And to my regular clients, also a note of gratitude in allowing me to be even a small part of the chapters of your life as they unfold, and for the regular updates you send me on how those readings continue to play out for you. Thank you very much. And if any of you are interested in a personal reading with me, you can click on that little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information, and it has my email address. You can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time, 6 days a week, so I'm able to get back with you quite quickly and schedule a reading within a fairly timely fashion. Meaning that current turnaround time is anywhere from a couple of days upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within 2 weeks we can schedule a reading. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. So moving right along, this reading is for Aquarius for November 2016. Aquarius, November 2016. Show me the energies for the air sign of Aquarius for November 2016. What do they need to know to navigate through the month of November? What does the month of November 2016 have in store for our Aquarians, our water bearers? Show me the energies for the air sign of Aquarius for November 2016. Aquarius, November 2016. Okay, Aquarius, we begin with Temperance, followed by the Eight of Wands. We have the Two of Swords, followed by the Devil, the Seven of Wands, followed by the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Cups, and from the bottom of the deck, overall energy and advice, the Ten of Wands. Interesting reading. Let's just take a quick look, Aquarius. Okay, let's begin. Like a lot of other signs, it looks like this is a decision-making month, consideration. We begin the month, Aquarius, with the major arcana card of Temperance, followed by the Eight of Wands. So Temperance, major arcana card, so significant, profound energies, divine timing and orchestration at play. Temperance is key, I think, this month for you. I just did Pisces, and that was also key for them as well. Temperance is about just that, temperance. balance, harmony, holding opposite extremes in perfect unison and harmony. It's about being grounded, touching base with your source of spirituality and your intuitive, way down deep gut instinct, intuitive sense of knowing, and how to remain balanced and stable no matter what's going on the outside. My favorite analogy, which you may or may not have heard before, probably have, but it's my favorite analogy for the Temperance card, a seesaw or teeter-totter. If you're on the outside end of either end of the seesaw or teeter-totter, you're kind of at the mercy of, not grounded, meaning not centered. You're at the mercy of external events, external people, emotions going up and down, that sort of thing. But when you go to the center of that seesaw or teeter-totter, where it's connected, finding your balance, connecting with that center within that intuitive sense and your source of spirituality, you become grounded, centered, stable, and it doesn't really matter what's going on the outside. You don't lose your balance because you're at your center. It's about finding that center, connecting with that, and being at peace with that, knowing what your intuitive sense is telling you and following that no matter what's going on the outside. That's your key this month. That's your answer. And therein, of course, is your challenge this month. Because I feel like there's some kind of communication, information, or news coming in which may challenge that somewhat. We have that Temperance card is paired with the Eight of Wands. So Wands is a card governed by fire. It's a fiery, active, dynamic suit. It's action-oriented, change, movement, action, power, creating, building, manifesting. It's a very fluid and action-oriented suit. The Eight of Wands is a card about communication. Now, we live in a pretty technologically driven age right now, so this can be all kinds of forms of communication, text, email, phone, etc. But it's communication en route. It's coming in pretty quickly and pretty profoundly. You can see that these wands have already left their point of origin. They just haven't quite reached their destination. So I feel like the end of October, the very beginning of November, I'm actually recording this November 1st, there is information either just arriving or coming in very, very quickly. And the key for you, and I feel like this information is going to kind of shake you up, maybe rattle you a bit. And again, temperance and balance is key here, no matter what it is. And the energy of what this information is, or messages or news coming in, um, is, again, there's a lot of you watching, it's going to play out differently. For some of you, it's going to be something that you find a challenge to deal with and make decisions about in, perhaps a challenging, maybe negative feeling way or negative feeling at the time. For others of you, it could be good news coming in, but again, shakes you up. It presents a situation that you need to make a decision, and you're kind of up and down about what that decision is, and kind of a little out of balance and a little out of whack, maybe around the second week or so of November. We have the Two of Swords, followed by the Devil. So the Two of Swords. Swords is air energy. So it's all about that somewhat airy world of what goes on up in our heads. Words, ideas, communication, thoughts, perspectives, perceptions, belief systems, what we think, our ideas, and also communication. Uh, which is our words and ideas. Twos is a number of duality, crossroads, making a choice, but feeling stuck. The energy of the Two of Swords is feeling stuck at a crossroads, needing to make a decision, needing to choose a path, but feeling stuck. This blindfold represents that she's feeling stuck, doesn't know which way to go, doesn't know what to do with this information coming in. And the fact that she's blindfolded represents, too, that there may be a certain element of being unable or unwilling to take the blindfold off to see the situation for what it really is. But the fact that the card has come up means that it does need to be dealt with. I always feel like once this blindfold comes off, the choice and the path actually becomes clear, which maybe is why there's a reluctance to kind of take the blindfold off, because it means that a path needs to be chosen, a decision needs to be made, something needs to be dealt with in regards to whatever this news or information is coming in. Now, the Two of Swords is paired with the Devil card, major arcana card, so more significant, profound energies. The Devil card is a card of imbalance, the scales being out of whack, kind of being up and down. It can represent addictions, conventional addictions like drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, unhealthy relationships, power and control issues. Basically, imbalance, too much attention and focus in one area to the detriment and exclusion of other areas. And I'm getting a lot of just kind of up and down. Um, yeah, a lot of kind of up and down for a lot of you, whatever this news or information is coming in. And again, I think for some of you, it's going to feel maybe challenging or difficult at the time, or maybe seen as a negative at the time, or even something positive. But again, it puts you in a position where something needs to be dealt with, a decision needs to be made, a path needs to be chosen, but you're feeling kind of stuck and a little out of balance. Remember, temperance is key. That balance is key. Finding your center, maybe withdrawing a little bit, touching base with your intuitive sense of knowing, not what your thoughts are turning around, and not necessarily your emotions because they're not all that stable, but that gut instinct, that intuitive, almost divine sense of knowing way down deep. That's key. Now, I feel like for a lot of you, this is a relationship issue of some kind or a partnership of some kind. This could also be job, business, career, project oriented. It could be a love and romance relationship. It could be a close friendship, family member, partnership of some kind. Again, it's going to play out differently depending on what's going on in your lives with who's watching. But there's some defensiveness coming in here. We have the Seven of Wands, again, more of that fiery wand energy, and the Eight of Cups. So the Seven of Wands is a defensive card. It's a card that has a lot of defensive energy. It can also represent standing up for what you believe in, standing by, protecting, guarding, defending something that you believe in very strongly because you've invested a lot into it, which is what this man is doing. He's protecting his home, his castle, his keep, or whatever the situation is for you, Aquarius, because he feels it's being threatened or challenged somehow. This could be an actual object, property, relationship, person, or a belief system or set of ideals that you have as well. Again, it's going to play out differently because there's a lot of you watching. But defensive energy, for some of you, this could mean that you need to stand by and defend your stance, something you believe in or something that you've invested in for a while, and not kind of back down or give in no matter what this information is coming in that feels kind of challenging to you. For others of you, this is going to be a more personal relationship issue, and you're kind of trying to work it out or communicate or converse, talk with another specific person, regardless of what type of relationship it is, although I feel it's quite a close and connected one. And there's a lot of defensive, conflictive energy around there as well. And one of you, or the either you or somebody else, or maybe both of you, at some point feels like you contemplate. Maybe there's some energy about, should I leave this situation? Should I walk away from this situation or this relationship? Because that Seven of Wands is paired with the Eight of Cups. So cups is an emotional suit. Cups is governed by water, so it's very mercurial and fluid, and it's all about the realm of emotions, feelings, relationships, and love. All different types of relationships and all different types of love. The Eight of Cups is a card of turning your back on something, walking away on something, making a decision to turn your back and considering where to go next, which is what this man is doing on this card. These Eight Cups behind him represent whatever the situation is or options that he's had. Some of them are tipped over and some of them are upright. The implication is that he's tasted and drunk from most, if not all, of these cups. And while he may have thought they were one thing and they turned out to be something else, or he thought they were interesting or fulfilling at the time, at the end, after it's all said and done, it wasn't what he wanted. There's a sense of disappointment, disillusionment, and a sense of being done, turning your back and walking away and trying to decide where to go from here on out. So I feel like, again, this is a result of a conversation. This is energies. And for some of you, it's going to be a decision to walk away or turn your back on a situation, a person, a partnership. For others of you, it's just going to be the energy you're thinking about doing this, or this defensiveness or conflict or needing to stand up for something you believe in is putting you in a position where you have to think about turning your back or walking away from something. Now, at or towards the end of November 2016, Aquarius, we have the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Cups. So these are in some ways very different energies. One of them is a we feeling, and one of them is more of a singular kind of feeling. And I feel like a lot of you end the month. Some of you may decide to go your own ways and embrace the energy of this Nine of Pentacles. Others of you may choose to stay in the energy of this soulmate connection or really great partnership or job or whatever it is. Some of you may end the month still in that contemplative energy of not knowing exactly where to go. And it resolves and plays out more in December. This Nine of Pentacles, Pentacles is a very grounded energy because it's governed by the element of earth. So solid, stable, reliable sense of continuity, source of support. Pentacles, because it's governed by Earth, often represents things in our earthly, material, tangible world. Things like money, finances, property, job, assets, resources, etc. But you can apply that same tangible energy to relationships and emotions as well. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence, self sufficiency, self empowerment. This woman is standing in her beautiful garden. She's wearing a beautiful gown. She's very well put together. She obviously has the resources to take good care of herself. And she's enjoying all of these things in her garden. And she's surrounded by everything she's enjoying. She's surrounded is symbolic for wealth or luxury, prosperity, abundance. It's just a happy, kind of content, self contained, but very content sort of feeling. It's a card of, in the material world, a card of a fair amount of prosperity and abundance, but it's a self empowering card too, because she has that extra sense of satisfaction of knowing that everything she's enjoying, she earned herself. Very little, if anything, has been handed to her on a silver platter. She's enjoying the fruits of her own labors. Nobody can take it away from her because nobody gave it to her. She earned everything that she has herself, whether it's tangible, actual things, or just that sense of self accomplishment and self value. Uh, and whether she's alone or partnered, it doesn't really matter. It's not actually indicated in this card, although some people read it as being independent and alone and happy. But it doesn't matter to her. If she's alone, it doesn't matter. She loves herself. She loves her life. She loves where she's at. If she's partnered, that's fine too. She loves herself. She loves her life. She loves where she's at. It's a card of being just in that place in your life where you embrace yourself totally and you have a very self-aware, self-acknowledging, self-empowering kind of feeling. A very successful card as well. Um, Now it's paired with the Two of Cups. Again, more emotional energy here with the Suit of Cups. The Two of Cups is considered traditionally the soulmate card, the kindred spirit card. In love and romance, it represents that connection that's more than just physical chemical attraction. It's a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit. It's somebody that you meet and right away feel like you've known them for a long time. You share a lot in common. You kind of look at things in the same way and look at life in the same way. Very connective. At its most fundamental, it means a beautiful union, a great partnership, a great coming together. So for some of you, it's love and romance. For some of you, it's a best friend, kindred spirit. For some of you, it's like the perfect job or a great partnership in a project or entrepreneurial business. Again, this can split off in the specifics a lot of different ways, but the fundamental energy remains the same at or towards the end of November 2016. Some of you will be making the decision to embrace the Nine of Pentacles, and perhaps that means that you'd have to turn your back and walk away from a person, a job, a situation, an organization, a church, a religion, depending on what it is. And some of you will make the decision not to, and some of you will still end the month kind of not knowing yet, just still kind of in that contemplative energy. But overall energy with your crowning card, something is drawing to a close. A cycle is ending because your crowning card, your overall energy is the Ten of Wands. Tens represent the end of a cycle, the culmination, achievement, the coming full circle of something. And it's coming to the end of something that you've been carrying, I think, for quite some time. A burden, a challenge, a long journey. That's where this man is. I always feel like this burden that has him so bowed over started off with only one or two wands and just ended up being three and four and six and eight and 10. And he's been carrying it successfully. He hasn't dropped any. Or if he has, he's managed to pick them back up and keep on going. But he's at the end now. He's at the 10. His head is up. He's looking at his destination, that place where he can finally lay these wands down, stand up and take a deep breath. So whatever this is specifically for you, Aquarius, it's coming to an end and it's time for it to come to an end. Whether that means an ending in turning your back and walking away from it, or in saying, look, we have to completely shift and transform this in order for it to continue. Some aspect of it is coming to an end, and it needs to because it feels like it's been a challenge and a burden of some kind. So you'll have to let me know and give me feedback on how this plays out specifically for you. So, Aquarius, that wraps up your reading for the month of November 2016. I hope that you've enjoyed it or found it useful. I hope it's brought you a little bit of clarity and discernment on how to navigate through November. I thank you very much for watching it. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign for more information and my email address. And you can always email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the November 2016 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, Taurus, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.